a supply drop so we can refresh those. Again, if you've played with this style, you'll probably end up with a lot of gear that you can just use to recycle, so that you don't have to like call in a supply drop as often as I have. Now the vehicles that approach down this road, the biggest problem we will have in this mission is combat alerts, because we're going to put them on a lot of combat alerts if we have to kill the vehicles. So the approach we'll go for is try and EMN mine them as much as possible. I'm going to put some C4 about here, which we can use for one of the vehicles later if I decide that that's the route that we are going to go. I probably want powered up C4 in this game anyway, just because it's incredibly useful. I hate this because it's just a waste of collected stuff basically, but they send the surplus ones back, so I guess it's not the end of the world.
Please select supplies requested.
And I always call another one in now just in case it gets hectic, because like this is the easiest bit of the game, to be fairly honest.
Supply drop complete.
Okay, so here comes the first guy. The quicker we take him down, the quicker we get to take more down. And we're going to let him fall into the EMN mine trap, and then we'll extract him, and then we'll ready the EMN for his mate, and then we'll extract him too.
Analysis complete.
There is one in this base over here as well, which I'm hoping that when we have some kind of explosions will cause him to come out the front. If it doesn't, then that's when we run into problems. So he shouldn't see me. I'm going to hit that mine now. Nice and quick. I'm going to fulton him. It's not essential for you to do it this way, but actually it's just so much quicker because it'll take like 3 rockets to do. I'll prepare some later EMM mines just by whacking a few down. I'll keep one in my pocket just for later.
The map has been updated.
This way we avoid as many combat alerts as well, because the combat alerts are going to knock you 1,000 points off each time you get one. You're probably going to end up with 4 or 5 if you fight them straight up. These ones here, the MM mine's going to trap somebody. Also there's one that's used as a buffer in case they, what I mean by that is in case one escapes. It's like what you don't want to happen is you don't want to try and take one down and it get past the mine, and then if it starts to head off around the top, then you've lost it basically. You're going to be running after it. So here comes our next guy, and because we haven't done anything, oh man, that there's a glitch where the sound goes weird and then the screen sort of spins. I've no idea how that happens or why it happens, but it's like it's losing my controller or something. It's doing my head in. Like it always happens at the most important moments, it seems. Now we can shoot this guy when he's over there. It will trigger a combat alert though, so I'm going to try to just let him arrive and then drive over the little EMP map trap. And it also just stops you having to go into reflex as you run towards it, because he is technically like, he's out, it's like the vehicle's unconscious. There we go. Still got 3 more EMPs.
It belongs to Diamond Dogs now.
Anyone's guess which one's the
Boss, we spotted a 4-wheel drive transporting a prisoner. It's not part of the mission. You think you can bust him loose? Just if you
Probably won't need another supply drop, but it doesn't cost you anything once you've collected them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I like the guys to be stopped about here anyway, so I'm just going to put another EMP because the C4 will let me visualise where they get to. And we're just going to wait. Sometimes I put an EMP down on the far side and then catch that guy right at the top and then run back down, but it just doesn't make any difference. Again, why this mission is just poor, in my opinion. Come on. So that guy's going to get trapped by this EMP that I put on the hill earlier. To be fairly honest, I probably could have started running a lot earlier than that, but never mind. So you see there, that EMP he actually missed because his vehicle's quite small, and that's what I mean by having the buffers. Tend to follow quite simple patterns as they go down the middle of the road, but you can get caught out with it, so that just be careful and give yourself a little bit of a buffer. Now what he's saying there is there is another enemy in the middle of there, and what I'm going to try and do this time is I'm going to try and see if we can take him down without alerting the base, because we're going to have quite a while for these guys to come 1700 meters. So we'll ghost when this guy approaches, we'll take him down, we'll try and infiltrate that base as quick as we can and see what we can do with that. So if you haven't ever done the ghost move, I'm sure you have, but you just press Y and it makes you, basically you're invisible for all intents and purposes, can't be seen. The turret's on the top, I've never been shot by them, so take this with a pinch of salt, but I don't think that they'll ever see you, but I think that when they do see you, they'll be able to mess you up. So just bear that in mind. Balls. Okay, well, you do what you want, mate. I was just a little bit worried then that they, I was just worried that that guy wouldn't go this way because I've never let him go out that far. So obviously, like, I mean, if I did this again, and if you're watching this and you do it, just let him drive out. I mean, do that with 0 combat alert. Again, which makes this mission even more boring. So we got 1, 2, 3, we're totally covered with the MPs.
Development complete.
Let's come around the corner now.
The guerrillas' offensive will be ending soon. Boss, there's still time left. Take out as many vehicles as you can.
Okay, so let's start running now. So he's hit that one, that's good. So we're just faulting this guy, the other one down there is fine because he's going to hit our trap. By the time we get back,
updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Stupid graphics glitch there. Bit annoying seeing people sometimes.
3 minutes remaining. Subject on board. Leave the rest of us. He's coming too. Roger that.
Just the same as last time.
Target extracted. Sorry, Reds. It belongs to Diamond Dogs now. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Please select a landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
We're going to call in the helicopter as quick as we can so that that'll be ready for us when we need to go. It shouldn't really be affected, we should be out before their helicopter arrives. And now it's just waiting for the time period. That it takes for these guys to arrive, and they're probably going to trigger a combat alert again when they get here.
Arriving shortly at LZ.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Cover fire. In hot. 1 minute remaining. What's wrong with you? Move!
We're going to Fulton him, and then he's trapped on that. It's only because I triggered that combat alert that they were so aggressive. Normally they just pull up behind each other. I do have the C4 down, so I could choose to destroy them if I wanted to. But I've just given myself the option there. You don't obviously don't have to do that. And you will get the no kills thing will be affected, so you are going to get a bonus for no kills, which should hopefully counter out your combat alerts. It is possibly quicker to do it quicker by freezing some of the two vehicles that arrive at the top here. Where is he? You can also take down the gunship by shooting it with a rocket here if you really desperately want to. I shouldn't bother. Probably get more points by just escaping now. And then these optional targets here, then is the time will lose you more points than you'll gain by doing it, so just don't ever bother.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
End up with a lot of vehicles after this mission as well.
Mission complete, boss.
What? Why is that so terrible? extra 4,000.
Please select a mission.
Right, we're going to take on the back up, back down mission.
Mission
This is probably the
accepted.
worst mission in the game, to be fairly honest. We're landing at the top one. We need to take down a range of vehicles in order to pass this one. So we'll need to make sure we've got some kind of rocket launcher to do that, just in case we feel we need it. So I'm going to take this one. Secondary, don't really matter, you've got your pistol anyway. Support weapons, you want your mine, you want your C4, and you want an EMN mine, because that will be incredibly useful. When you've done that, start the mission. And we'll do it at night so that we get a little bit less visibility, so we're not penalised for that. Now on this one we have to take down a whole range of vehicles to do that. So for the bonus points we're going to take them down without killing anybody. I'm going to try and split up the positions where we go to take them down, just to speed things up as much as possible. There's a lot of waiting around in this mission, and reducing the time as much as possible gets us a massive amount of points compared to a very, very limited amount of points that we would get for doing it slowly. As I say, this is my least favourite mission in the game. It's just not what I play Metal Gear Solid to do. Blowing up vehicles or capturing vehicles, it's just, it just doesn't feel engineered this way. It just doesn't work for me at all.
That means our mission isn't over until theirs is. Keep an eye on the remaining time.
Basically we have 15 minutes to take down 7 vehicles, and then there is an extra 4 that you can take down as optional targets, but we're not going to do that. You can do this really quickly if you call in airstrikes on their start points, but then you can't get higher than A, so it's just pointless. Position in the centre of my screen there is where we're going to put some EM9s down so that we can take down a few of them a little bit earlier. Okay. So what we want to try and avoid in this mission is time wasting and backtracking, and we also want to miss any vehicles skipping past us. So there'll be a couple of times when we'll put more than one mine down to defend, and the reason for that is just in case they miss the first one. I mean, normally they go in the middle of the road, but quite often the Jeep especially will veer off, and I can't bother to learn the exact path, so we can cover it by doing that. Right, so we're going to put one of the buffer ones down here just in case.
Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move.
And one more
I've
there.
sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Now I will need to be calling in more supplies because I don't really use these weapons, so I haven't invested in upgrading them at all in the game. So I'm going to need to call in more of the mines to supply drop.
Supply drop complete.
We're going to use this as a staging area for taking down nearly every single vehicle. The mine there will be the usual kill zone. I'll show you a little technique that sometimes works when more than one attacks. And we're going to try to avoid any combat alerts, because not only do they cost us a few thousand points, they will cost us the bonus they will also cost us the fact that the vehicles will be ready to shoot me when they come around the corner, so that's what we want to try and avoid. Reflex is probably non-avoidable, although I do have an idea now that I'm just going to use regarding the no reflex. So if we lie down over here, we should be pretty safe. I'm just going to go to the options, game settings, reflex mode off. This way we can't trigger reflex mode, and we should therefore gain the bonus after it. There's absolutely no point in reflex mode on this mission, because either A, you're going to trigger an alert, or B, it's going to be one of the vehicles that triggers your reflex mode, and in that case you're just going to be sprinting towards it anyway, so don't worry about turning that off. It's not going to make it harder. Right, so because he's not on combat alert, he should not spot me lying down in ghost mode here. As soon as he hits that EMP though, I need to be on his position fast. And this is where the no reflex mode helps a lot, because if that turret spots me, it will trigger the reflex mode and I'll lose the 5,000 bonus for it, which I don't want to lose essentially. So we'll replace the EMP. I'm going to sit here and call in another supply in case I need it later.
Supplies requested. The map has been updated.
So triggered more to come in. The one that's 1600 meters away is going to come in at quite a while, so it will give us a little bit of chance to head up to the top of the map there and take down another vehicle. And that gives us 2 EMN mines to replace the one at the top, and then I'll have my resupply there. You don't need to worry about wasting money on the supply drops, because if you pick them up and you've got full ammo, you just send it back to your base and you get the money back for it, so don't worry about that. To be fairly honest, you should have a ton of money in this game anyway, it shouldn't ever be a problem. Come on! When he gets closer we'll go into ghost mode so that he can't see us, hopefully at all. You can snipe this guy here while he's on that bridge over there, but that will probably, as far as I remember, trigger a combat alert, and you just don't want it. We want to try and avoid that at all costs. So, rinse and repeat. Calmly fall into my trap, and he's gone. So again, we need to get there quick. Usually the turrets, I've never seen them rotate in any other manner that way. They shouldn't see you. We'll replace that one. The other advantage of using an EMN mine is that you won't trigger it yourself, because if obviously with the other ones you can run over them and blow yourself up.
It's not part of the mission. If you think you can bust them loose, just if you have the time to spare.
So I'm already sprinting all the way back up here. We do need to get this guy in here, so our EMN mine will take him down, which I put quite far forward actually. Oh well. But it does give us this rock to hide behind, so that's all good. Best thing about the mines is, which was a trial and error thing to find out, I mean you got to try it, but it stuns the guards automatically when they get hit by it, so you don't have a problem with them coming out and attacking people. We don't need to worry too much about getting back there in terms of losing this vehicle, but we do need to keep the pace up.
You've got other targets closing in. You can check their predicted route on your iDroid.
Right. Replace the mine there. The reason we're replacing that mine is because if we don't, the other vehicle could get past it. which it probably won't, to be fairly honest. Now that guy coming out of the base is going to come this way anyway, so it's not a problem. It does sometimes make me worry that he's going to go the other way, but he won't. He'll come down here, and we've got 3 or 4 mines that are going to be in place to stop him when it does happen. So that's all good. And it should be after this guy has come past anyway, so we'll be absolutely fine. While we wait. Ah, there's the audio glitch again, love that glitch. And one of the advantages of D-Dog obviously is I can track these even though I can't see them, just because D-Dog's done it for me.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
That's a bit annoying that he's managed to take a shot at me. That could trigger some guards to come now, which I want to try and avoid.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
And he should come this way. So we'll enter ghost mode just to give us that extra bit of safety. Oh, how annoying. He's hit both my EM mines.
Target extraction confirmed. That's cut down the enemy mechanized unit's force strength. Boss, need a little extra firepower? We've spotted a Soviet weapons transport truck. Apparently its cargo is something pretty powerful.
Supplies.
Right, I'll bring in another Fulton, just double check where this is.
Tread carefully, boss.
Supply drop complete.
This one has me torn about which way is the fastest bit to go. Be very tight with these two.
Has been updated.
We'll see how this way pans out. We want to get this one first because this will trigger the next vehicles to arrive, but also I don't want to leave that one stunned for too long because that will cause a problem. The same approach as before. Don't need the weapon in there because we're doing it like this. We don't need to replace the extra EM mine because there's not going to be any issues with that. That now spawns the other 2 targets to arrive, and then it should leave this one remaining stunned for us to go down and hit. The only issue we might get is if the turret's facing this way, but again that's why I took the extra body armour to do that with. So that's interesting that he managed to dodge both of the EM mines.
Detected. The map has been updated.
We'll double check that one.
You gotta extract him.
And as these are the final 2, we can use up a lot of our EM mines. We'll put this one here for safety's sake. There's those 2 in the middle of the road which should stop one trying to
Map has been updated.
get past. And we'll put this here as well. Just use up the last one for the sake of it. Now what happens here is these ones do arrive quite quickly, so the 3 minutes won't be a problem for me. We'll call in the helicopter now as well,
Please select a landing. Support
so that we're ready to go.
requested.
The reason that I've put them in a line like that is because one of those EM mines is going to trigger the one in front, the other one is going to follow it nearly immediately behind. By having the one on the side, it means that when the first one gets stopped, it'll either A, stop behind it, which is fine and we can pick it up, or B, try and speed past. If it tries to speed past, then we'll catch it with the one on the left side, because it can't go past the rock side. So it's just a little bit of forward planning, and if it does get past, maybe the other two will catch it, but if not, at the very, very worst, there's one at the top of the road.
3 minutes remaining.
Again, now we wait, but these guys do not take long to get here.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
A little bit early on the helicopter there, but at least he's at the landing zone now, so that when we go up we don't have to wait around and it'll increase the time.
We'll stand by.
Come on.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Like I say, this mission, I mean, it's just not interesting to me at all. Any mission where you're blowing up the vehicles, I mean, it's kind of cool you get to use the guns and stuff, but I'd rather the mission where you like have to shoot machine guns as opposed to blowing up vehicles with mines or rockets and then, I don't know, just waiting around for the next ones to arrive. You still have to do all the bits as fast as you possibly can, like I have done, because if you don't, then the next guys won't spawn fast enough, so you still have these waiting around periods. There's no way around it, there's no way to stagger it and just like make it a little bit more interesting. So these hopefully shouldn't spot me as they come round. Should just get EMP stunned, and the other guy should get EMP stunned too. He's going to get hit by that one. We'll see what this fella does here. That's hilarious. Yeah, so they don't stay stunned for very long, do they? And the reason why the other one made it so far up was because it had broken through the barriers of EMPs that I put down.
But our work here is done. Exfiltrate the mission area. Heading for nearby LZ. Don't keep me waiting. Get on board as soon as I touch down. Damn it. Soviet reinforcements incoming. Tanks and a gunship. And you're the target. Looks like we pushed the Soviets a little too far. Boss, the Soviets are a threat to the guerrillas. Would there be a bonus?
And then we just jump in, and it's pretty much as fast as you can do that mission, unless you start firing rockets off and killing people.
The map has been updated.
These additional objectives are not really necessary, and they take a long time, so you've got to trade off the balance between the points of the objectives and the points that you'll get for time. And time seems to be the one that outweighs it massively, but after a certain point your points will drop really, really rapidly from your time, so you have to do it as quick as you can.
Mission complete, boss.
Oh, really? No kills, no retries, no reflex. Two enemy combat alerts.
Please select a mission. Please select a mission.
Right, we're going to take on the backup back down mission, which is the worst mission in the game, as far as I'm concerned. We're going to drop in at the top position. Just going to change my uniform. You can use this battle dress, but as far as I'm concerned, the way we do this, the sneaking suit's just as fine. Rocket launcher, mines, EMN mines are essential that we bring. We need D-Dog to link everything in terms of where the enemies are, so we can watch things move without having to expose opposition. And that should be it. Drop in at night because it makes it a little bit easier for visibility, and then off we go. So the way we're going to try and do this is neutralise as many as we can just by using the EMN mine, which will freeze them in their tracks, and then we're going to extract them after doing that. I'll show you a couple of places where we can put the EMN mines down, and then we're just going to run back and forth between one little fighting area and the other, and we're going to try and do it that way as quickly as we possibly can. At the end we're going to do a couple of optional objectives, because otherwise we won't get enough points by doing it this way.
Your objective is to eliminate as many enemy combat vehicles as you can. For this mission, we're backup for the guerrillas' offensive. That means our mission isn't over until theirs is. Keep an eye on the remaining time. Also bear in mind that you fail the mission if you don't take out a single vehicle. As for payment, the more vehicles, the bigger our paycheck. So give them a real fireworks show. Target's locations on your map. Once you've spotted incoming reinforcements, their location will be added to your iDroid too.
Right, so the first thing we're going to do is stick down some EMN mines up here. One good idea to do is to upgrade your EMN mines so that you've got more of them, and then you can possibly do this mission without needing a resupply, which will get you an extra 5,000 points, which is really useful if you're struggling with this mission because it can be a bit annoying. And one of the other things we're going to do is we're going to put an EMN mine down here, and we're going to make this be our little buffering area just in case anything gets past, which does happen.
Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move.
And we're going to call in some supplies.
Check your map.
Please select a drop.
Here.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Right, so we're taking that guy out as quick as we can. We're going to escape here and hopefully the combat alert will go. That's normally just a terrible thing to do, but in this case we just need to speed things up. And also you get combat alerts anyway in this game, so just don't worry about it. Sorry, in this mission. You might get them in this game overall, but you don't want them in the game. What that does is it gets you the extra vehicle to arrive quicker, and you'll notice when he spotted me I didn't have any focus mode activated. The reason for that is because I've gone to options, game settings, and turned reflex mode off, because by doing that we'll make sure we've protected our 5,000 point bonus for doing so.
Detected. The map has been updated.
Sure, you can do that without getting spotted, but it's just not worth bothering. It's only lose a few points. Right, there's our man. We have to get there quickly so that he doesn't spot us.
Alright, target extracted. Sorry, Reds. It belongs to Diamond Dogs now. Boss, we spotted a four-wheel drive transporting a prisoner. It's not part of the mission. Do you think you can bust him loose? Just if you have the time to spare.
The map has been updated.
It does change a few aspects of the game doing that, triggering that combat alert. Without it, you'll never have guards leaving that base to come and see where you are if you don't trigger an alert. So that's something to consider. But I haven't been able to get an S rank by doing it any other way, so there you go. This guy should arrive just up here and will be naturally covered by the rock as we approach it, and we should be able to grab him and replace the EMM mine as it happens. Almost perfectly timed.
Targets closing in. You can check their predicted route on your iDroid.
And then that spawns the next guys to start approaching.
Subject on board.
And 3,000 meters away now, 300 meters away, we should be. The next tank should have been triggered. It might have hit the first EMP and be on its way to the second at this point. What we have to do is hope that the turret doesn't see us around here, but it quite often will.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Nice work. Keep it up. He's coming too.
And that guy out there wandering about now
Requested.
wouldn't normally ever be there, but it's just the patrol patterns are different because of the way that I've done this mission.
Supply drop complete.
I'm making sure I've always got full EM mines here, by the way, and I'm always making sure that there's another supply drop waiting for me. It doesn't matter about dropping too much because if you pick it up it just goes back to your base, in terms of the cash anyway, so.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
So we're going to wait for him to do the same as everyone else has done.
Down the enemy mechanized unit's force strength. Boss, need a little extra firepower? We spotted a Soviet weapons transport truck. Apparently its cargo is something pretty powerful. What do you think? Should we make them share? Tread carefully, boss.
Updated.
Right, we'll go and grab this one first. The way that the time has worked out is it means that that guy is going to end up going through at least one EMP trap and then head into another, so it's not really a massive problem. But we do need to get this truck to trigger the next group to arrive, so we have to go for this one first.
Boss, that's incredible. You're taking them out faster than they can come in. The guerrillas operation is going smoothly too. Keep it up.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on. And that stuns the dude. And we're just going to get rid of him in case there's any kind of weaponsy thing going on.
The map has been updated.
Subject on board.
Well, that's interesting. He's managed to get past 3 or 4 of my EM mines, which I'm sure has to do with my distance from it at the point that he arrives. He will be stopped by this one though. Which is why we put the extra safety down there.
Alright, target extracted. Sorry, lads.
That can be improved by the rock that I hid behind, putting your second buffer one opposite that in case that tank does make it up there. That means that his gun will be facing behind him and therefore away from you. I was spotted by that tank then because his gun turret was facing behind him and I approached from behind. But as I say, he should not have made it past these mines. So if you see, they're all in the middle of the road, which it just means that they loaded out by the game basically at a distance, which is a game designed for.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been
Yeah.
updated. Weather will clear shortly.
No, we don't need any more equipment. It's just a waiting game now, unfortunately, for these ones. Normally their approach is very rapid like this. I'm not sure why they had to stop so many times, but what should happen is the first one should get triggered by the mine. The second one should try and avoid the stopped vehicle and therefore trigger the second one. If it doesn't matter. We're not going to lose reflex mode by grabbing him, so that's all good. About the point when I'll call in the helicopter,
Please select
pick me up from the original landing zone so that it's there exactly when we want it. There's a lot of planning and thought to do this mission well, but at the same time it's just a boring mission because now I lie in the grass for 3 minutes waiting for these tanks to arrive, which is just dull. Dull, dull, dull. It's not really very stealthy either. The only issue you have with these is that they both arrive at the same time. I mean, we can blow both of these up, but there's no benefit to us for doing that.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad.
Okay, so he tries to dodge that one, and by doing so, causes his own problems. Maybe I should have gone for the one in front first. Never mind. Either way, they're both gone now. I mean, there's little things you can tweak if you want to play it again, but it's just not a mission that I enjoy at all.
The guerrillas' offensive is still in progress, but our work here is done. Exfiltrate the mission area. Soviet reinforcements incoming. Tanks and a gunship. And you're the target. Looks like we pushed the Soviets a little too far. Boss,
And we'll jump in and leave these other objectives.
you can bet there'd be a bonus in it if you take them out. That said, the mission objectives are complete, so you can leave the area if you want. Your choice, boss.
The map has been updated.
Departing.
It's not a bad mission to play for leveling up your R&D team, because every single time you do it you get that R&D guy who's quite highly rated. And you get a load of vehicles.
Mission complete, boss.
Right, so I'm going to have to kill that guy, and I'm going to have to... 3 enemy combat alerts. It's not enough on time. Okay. Right, we're going to do mission, don't know what number it is.
Please select a mission.
9, back up, back down, with an S rank. Horrible mission. We're landing at the top landing zone. The equipment you need is you need a rocket launcher, you need a mine, you need C4, and you need an EMN mine. Bring D-Dog with you because he's awesome.
Deploying.
And we're going to deploy. So what we have to do in this one is take down a bunch of vehicles. It's like 7 minimum vehicles in the allocated time. Afterwards we're going to have to take down a couple more just to get enough points to win the mission, which does mean we're going to have to kill some enemies, which is a little bit frustrating if you're going for a no-kill playthrough, but I'll show you the optimized way of approaching this anyway, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do. I find this the weirdest mission in the game. It doesn't really make any sense to me to allow suddenly go from stealth to blowing up tanks, which yes, we can still do in a stealthy manner, but it just doesn't feel right.
This mission, we're back up for the guerrillas offensive. That means our mission isn't over until theirs is. Keep an eye on the remaining time. Also bear in mind that you'll fail the mission if you don't take out a single vehicle. As for payment, the more vehicles, the bigger our paycheck. So give them a real fireworks show.
One of the things you might want to develop is the EMN mines.
Once you've spotted incoming reinforcements, their location will be added to your iDroid too.
As well as you can. The second one will give you enough to not have to do a resupply during the game, but I definitely can't do that yet, and I've been playing this game for like 80 hours now, so you do need to up your teams quite a lot. This is the EMM mine, so the best place to plot one is here, right in the middle of the road, which will stop them. Also a tank will skip past you quite often, and you want to put this one here. I'll show you why that one's important to be placed there a little bit later on. So now we're going to head back down to the main area.
Enemy presence detected. The map has
Boss,
been
I have a report from the intel team.
updated. Drop pod
The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Supply drop complete.
Target extraction confirmed. That's cut down the enemy mechanized unit's force strength. Boss, we have information on new targets. Check your iDroid for their predicted route.
The map has been updated. presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Sorry, Reds. It belongs to Diamond Dogs now. Boss, we spotted a four-wheel drive transporting a prisoner. It's not part of the mission. Do you think you can bust him loose? Just if you have the time to spare.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Closing in. You can check the predicted route on your iDroid.
The map has been updated.
Okay, subject is in.
Analysis complete. Detected. The map has been updated.
Nice work. Keep it up. He's coming too. Roger that. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Presence detected. The map has been updated.
Target extraction confirmed. That's cut down the enemy mechanized unit's force strength. Boss, need a little extra firepower? We spotted a Soviet weapons transport truck. Apparently its cargo is something pretty powerful. What do you think? Should we make them share? Tread carefully, boss. Check your iDroid for the details.
The map has been updated.
Extract him.
Detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
The guerrillas' offensive will be ending soon. Boss, you still at it? Keep going. This is the stuff legends are made of. Eliminated. Boss, you were like a man possessed. The guerrillas' offensive is still in progress, but our work here is done. Exfiltrate the mission area. Damn it. Soviet reinforcements incoming. Tanks and a gunship. And you're the target. Looks like we pushed the Soviets a little too far. Boss, those Soviets are a threat to the guerrillas. You can bet there'd be a bonus in it if you take them out. That said, the mission objectives are complete, so you can leave the area if you want. Your choice, boss.
The map has been updated.
That's an enemy gunship. A single burst from this machine gun can cover. Boss, get down. That's an enemy gunship. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemy seeds. Gunship is down. That should add a little extra to our paycheck. Way to go, Snake. Tanks eliminated. Just think what the reward will add up to.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.